As gas prices continue to fall throughout the country, Adam Shapiro heads to Ramsey, New Jersey, where one gas station is retailing gasoline for an especially low price. Adam.
The price of oil actually went up today, but the price of gas has fallen about 2 cents a gallon this week, and it's part of a trend all year long of lower gas prices. You can see here in Ramsey, New Jersey, if you fill up with cash, $1.89 a gallon for a gallon of regular unleaded. Now, nationwide, analysts are saying that it's costing people on average about $2.53 a gallon, whereas a year ago it was $3 a gallon. By December of this year, one group of analysts over at Cowen and Company say the average cost for a gallon of gasoline will be $2.15 nationwide, whereas a year ago it was over $3. So there's definitely a depreciation in the price of gas, and that's going to spell good news for consumers. Cowen and Company again saying that this drop in the price of gas is putting anywhere from $60 to $80 billion in 2015 back into the pockets of consumers. And Cowen and Company says they will spend that money going to restaurants, at retail places like Target and Walmart. In the words of Elwood Blues, my lady of blessed acceleration, don't fail me now, it's the kind of accelerator for the economy, lower gas prices with consumers having money to spend that could boost stocks. And Cowen and Company says keep an eye on Target and Walmart. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Adam Shapiro. Well, as Adam just said, oil did move up higher. It spiked over 10% today. That was the biggest pop in 6 years. Oil effectively joined the stock party down on Wall Street, oil moving way higher. So the question is, can low gas prices last? Will we see gas prices going actually up? Joining me now, Matt Smith. He's with ClipperData. He's a research director of ClipperData Commodity. Matt, what do you make of this disconnect? Wow, oil really moving higher. Now, is that going to wreck the $2 gasoline party we've been enjoying?
No, it isn't. Today, what we saw was really this elastic band being stretched so far in terms of short positions being held in the crude market. And then it got stretched so far, and then it started to see a rebound. And what we've seen is this snapback, this short covering, pushing us up this sort of 10% today. That said, you know, we're at $40-ish here now. And that gasoline price is based on demand. In the summer driving season, we see the peak sort of in summer here, but we see the death knell of driving season coming up with Labor Day in a couple of weeks. After that, you see this seasonal trend of gasoline prices continuing to drop into the fall and bottoming out in December. So Adam was saying we should continue to see these lower gasoline prices as a seasonal aspect. And yes, we do see that oil price as an input having a significant part to play, but we're at $40-ish here now, whereas a year ago we were sort of more than double that. So gasoline prices at a low end are here to stay.
Matt, where do you think gas prices are headed by the end of the year? How much lower can they go?
Well, on the national average, they're just over $2.50 a gallon at the moment. They could easily get down to $2.10, something like that, as long as oil prices remain within this sort of range, which they really should do so. We're looking strong in terms of inventories. Yes, demand is stronger as well this year in response to lower prices, but we're definitely going to see this price just edging lower. Although we have refinery maintenance season coming up, that's going to be offset somewhat by these strong inventories, and so we'll see gasoline continuing to gradually move lower.
Hey, Matt, what did you make of this headline? In a surprise move, Venezuela is asking for a meeting, an OPEC meeting, to talk about the plunge in prices, possibly, cut production to get oil prices and then gasoline prices going back up. That country is in a world of trouble. It needs about $100 a barrel in oil to basically pay what it owes to keep its country going. What do you think?
Right. It's just signaling the desperation that they're in there. They're calling for this meeting, saying perhaps trying to get some sort of collaboration with Russia to get OPEC all together again and try and agree to cut production. But inevitably, it's not Venezuela that wants to cut production. They want to have a meeting to try and get Saudi Arabia to get these Gulf states to cut production. And so while we've been hearing increasing rumours and murmurs out of OPEC members with their disdain about what has happened with production continuing to rise. There isn't really anything that Venezuela can do because they're not willing to cut production, and so there isn't likely to be an emergency meeting because of that.
All right, so nothing coming out of that. Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Next up.